Alright, I think we're good to go. So we're showing up live now. Good evening, everyone. It's 6 p.m. September 29th here in Chicago. My name's Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and today's cast is going to be covering the start of the fall season for our Division 1 League of Legends teams. They'll be participating in the Plays vs Fall Invitational, one of the conferences in conjunction with CLoL, Collegiate League of Legends. So this year, IIT is fielding three teams for their League of Legends rosters, and so we'll get into who the players are in a bit. But today's matchup will be against Indiana University Bloomington. So it will be a best of three. I believe the format is double elimination. So for this first round, there are, if I'm not mistaken, I think 16 schools. But I'll have to check up on the stats for them. We're still pretty early on into the season, so we haven't taken too much time to build out any profiles or stats that we normally do for our players, like their major, their year, etc. But we'll look into pushing some of that content out later on in the semester. Right now, we kind of had to scramble to get this all together, but hopefully next couple of streams will be a little bit more consistent. Um, I will jump now into the lobby for the screens. Looking like Illinois Tech for game one will be taking blue side. And if I believe that those teams are in LCS order, it's going to be Draco there for IIT in the top lane, VVWs in the jungle, Scrin in mid lane, Snowdown Arcade as the bottom, and Fudaporo as support. For IU-Bloomington, it'll be Wilkie in the top lane, the Terrians. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I cut off my mic. Actually, no, it's still on. Sorry, never mind. It'll be the Terrians in the jungle, King Jeebus mid, Emended in the bottom, and Rock Tank 10 as support. But ranks look pretty similar across the board. A lot of high diamonds, one challenger there on IIT's side, so looking like a really high skill ceiling there for all the members. But I'm not sure if we're going to be waiting for maybe like a coach from IU's side to join into the lobby before we start. These games today are going to be casted with a delay. There is a 2-minute delay from the stream, and then also a 3-minute delay built into the game itself. So we'll be total for about 5 minutes. So hopefully, there will be a slight delay when it comes to the casting. Um, Besides that, I don't think I have much more information given to me in terms of what to expect. Um, I know in Plays VS the way that schools got selected into the bracket was determined by ranks. So schools that had maybe tried to pick some sort of unknown advantage by like putting in a Smurf account or whatnot ended up not benefiting from anything of that sort because having a lower division rank would not have them eligible for that. But also, since this is a fall invitational, it's not a stand-in for the official, um, for the official cast. Excuse me, for the official season. So some of the maybe top performing schools maybe will have better forms of competition facing against other leagues and whatnot. But it seems like IIT was content with trying their hand with the official invitational format. Couple of small stats that I can think of on the top of my head while we're waiting, though. And anyone that's watching the stream, feel free to chime in with any questions if you have about League, any of our players, and whatnot. But there are a couple of veterans within this team. Draco has played for the team before, I believe, in the jungle normally, though. Um, WVVW has played in the IIT team last year, part of the team that had a 4-2 record for the CLoL season. Skrin is a new pick, I believe, for this upcoming academic year. I believe he did try out last year as a first year, made the team, but due to extenuating circumstances, opted to not follow through for the competitive season. Snowdown Arcade, a veteran, doesn't need too much explaining, has been part of the team since his first year on campus and has stuck with that role pretty consistently. I think he maybe flexed towards jungle for a couple of games, but pretty much has always been the solid ADC pick for IIT for the past few years. And then a new pickup, Fear Poro, I believe a transfer student, but also anything else this year led by their coach Pirate being a last year performed as the team captain for the Division 3 team, and they had a really successful run, making it all the way until the Winners National. And actually, while we're waiting, I'm going to put some background music so that way you guys don't just listen to me drone on and on about league stats. Never mind, we're actually getting right into the picks and bans, which means that I can start music, but hold on a second. Alright, there we go. Cool. If there's any issue with the volume, please let me know in chat. There is going to be, of course, the 2-minute delay, but I'll try my best to make sure I'm being cognizant of whatever chat's telling me in terms of volume output. But I was just rounding out a couple of last minute thoughts in terms of with Pirate transitioning out of a player into now a coach and manager for the League of Legends program here at IIT. So helping arrange all of the scrims, getting the roster information and whatnot. That's all part of the things that make up a program. It's not just the players; it's all of the effort that's put into the support staff as well, for sure. But we are going to get ourselves right into the pick and bans with tournament draft as the format for those that are new to it. So it will mean 3 bans first on either side, followed up by 3 picks, then finishing it off with the 2 bans and 2 picks. So IIT's first going to go with their first set with the Maokai, Hecarim, and Karma bans. Looking like they're pretty much spreading their bans across all 5 players there from IU. Not looking like they're necessarily focusing up on one role. IU-Bloomington's going to lead towards the same with the Echo and Yumi bans. Echo probably there for Skrin's mid-pick, I believe, is one of the popular champions that he's more accustomed to. I'll have to make sure I get OPGGs for these teams in the future so I can make sure I'm actually citing the correct facts, but it looks like a double support ban there for Yumi and a Lulu there for focus on Poro. IIT right now is going to hover onto that Caitlyn pick, so pretty custom. I'm sure that probably for this first set of picks we'll expect to see bot lane and jungle picked out here. But we'll have to see. IIT picking blue side on the first game. How will this new roster be able to deal with that? I know that they've been going under a couple of practices for the past few weeks. I believe this team got officially formed pretty much like a week or so right after our tryouts for that took place pretty much right near the end of August, beginning of September. So these guys have had a little bit under a month under their belt in terms of playing as Group 5. So we'll have to see how that ends up working out for them. I'm getting some things from the viewers saying that the volume is good. Thanks for that. Let me know as well as we kind of transition with other scenes as well. I know my volume bar always used to be out of whack, so I'll have to make sure I'm keeping check of that. But after the Caitlyn pick, IU-Bloomington going to respond with the Ornn and Lilia. I'm not sure if, I could be completely wrong. Maybe they've already done these picks through an external site, like a draftpicker.com or something like that, whatever those sites are called, or not. But in any case, it's going to be the Ornn Lilia there for the first picks for IU, and then IIT will finish it up with the Kindred and Mordekaiser. It's got to be a Mordekaiser top there for Draco, and so pitted against the Ornn, it's going to be interesting to see how effective Kindred early game is to maybe help Mordekaiser get really far ahead from that horn. But then the Pike's going to be locked in there by King Jeebus. I can only imagine it's going to be used for Rock Tank. So, I maybe misspoke earlier. I thought that they were going to have Theodoporo try to get a support for her before IU-Bloomington banned too much out. But IIT's going to go with the Vlad ban, but IU will respond with the Morgana. And that's going to be now 3 supports they're taking off the board. We're going to have to be able to see how flexible her support roster lineup is. No Bard bans, and as a disgusting Bard main myself, I am always leaning towards that option as a solution for all of my problems in solo queue. But IU-Bloomington will not go for that 4 support ban, and they're instead going to pick up on Silence there. IIT will finish it off with the Ash ban. Right now, Mended is going to be on the pick side here, and looking like he's hovering this Ezreal. So Ezreal Pike, interesting for the bot lane. Level 2 definitely has an all-in opportunity, but if Caitlyn's able to maintain her distance within range, we'll have to see. She's going to be able to kite away from that. And it's been a while since I've done my casting for League, so I'm a little bit rusty in terms of what the meta is. I have been keeping my eyes on Worlds. Awesome to see Team Liquid be able to make it out of the qualifiers, so having them secure 3 NA teams into groups. We can only hope that North America proves their best run as of yet here for the 10th World Series. And but focusing back here with IIT, one of the things that or Pirate had mentioned to me is that his one goal was, because of him not being able to clutch the Natty, as I directly quote from his spring 2020 performance with his Division 3 team, he's looking to be able to do it as a coach this year, and perhaps with this Division 1 team. But it's going to be Swain, Theodoporo locked in there for IIT, and it's going to be the Jace top lane there for Wilkie. So we've got about 30 seconds until games will get underway. We're going to be hit with a 3-minute delay, and so we're going to go on a quick break in between. But when we come back, it will be Game 1 between Illinois Tech versus IU-Bloomington. Thanks all. All right. Appreciate everyone's patience as we get back into the games. Doing a little bit of switching up here, but hopefully my stuff shows up correctly, because I'll be very sad if it doesn't. Okay, nice, it does. All right. So for the lineup again, it's going to be Draco with Mordekaiser top, WVVW as the Kindred jungle, Scrin as Irelia mid, Snowdown Arcade as the Caitlyn bot, and Feudaporo as Swain support. Meanwhile, IU-Bloomington will have Wilkie as the Jace top lane, Detarians as Lilia jungle, King Jeebus on a Ornn mid pick, interesting, E-Mended as the Ezreal bottom, and Rock Tank 10 on that Pyke support. So IIT here, game 1 on its way here. I'm also actually going to be joined today with a fellow co-caster. It's going to be Pirate, IIT's coach, going to be here, providing maybe some additional insight during the cast. Let me actually do a quick
Howdy, everyone.
check. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear, Juan. Chat, if Juan's not coming in too loud enough, not coming out loud enough, just let me know. I do have to fix some audio settings probably if that's the case, but hopefully it doesn't turn out to be too bad. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing real quick onto my stream title, just because some things are a little bit out of place, but doesn't look like any invades yet from IIT, so I can.
5-point start. They're probably gonna fight for this vision right here, yeah, or try and get the ward. Yeah. Oh, they got it. Okay. So primarily, people want to fight for this vision, essentially because it just helps give your mid laner a lot of like safety nets, and you get to track the first jungle clear. So especially for this matchup where jungle is essentially like two carries or two junglers that can enable the team to essentially get ahead. Knowing where they are and what they can do at their power spikes is like super important for the game plan that each team has.
Definitely. But it looks like in the end there still will be 2 wards there on the top side river entrance. IU-Bloomington will opt for helping the Tyrians with that blue buff leash. IIT respectively with W Kindred on that red. Kindred's instead going to go straight to her blue from the looks of it. And a little bit of a slower clear for Lilia there. She's going to go right for the wolves instead. But I'm gonna have to be interested. You know, when I initially saw the picks with the Ornn in the first rotation, I thought it was going to be an Ornn top against Draco, but looking like they ended up flexing it mid perhaps. Do you think that was an intentional decision all the way to that it was going to be Ornn mid, or that was like a Ornn top, or was that a last minute decision?
I think it was sort of like something to try and contain mid, right? Because essentially right here it's ends up being a hyper carry versus a tank matchup where your sole goal is to not have like your carry go versus another carry and make it come down to a skill matchup.
Yep, but it's going to be the first
Jace
gank here.
Coming out
Jay's
here
going
top.
to be, yep, busting the flash out, spooking him out. Kindred already at the level 3, but he's actually going to just stay in it. Gonna try to see whatever advantage that he can take for it. But this Jace is a little bit spooked. It is going to be coming around for the flash secure, and they want that kill. It's going to be pretty close, but it should be first blood, and it will be secured by WVVW.
Outside is trying to get some prio too, because IU's jungler was there, right? But like, no one really expects that gank to go in twice, but I feel like the wave management that they had was
a little bit of a trade here. Look at this bot lane. Rock Tank going to be taking the snipe to the head. Nice kill there for IIT. Good pick up there from Snowdown Arcade. Casey, if you're hearing this, if the fact I do compliment you, okay, so I don't know what you got to tell to me in the lobby chat saying that I don't say anything positive about you. That's clearly wrong, as I just gave you a nice little bait there. Pyke going for the hook onto the Caitlyn, but it won't even matter with the trade-off that Feudaporo was able to get with her Nevermore, I believe, right, to be able to pull him back. So works
another thing primarily is the way the minions are stacked there.
Or in bot lane?
In bot lane for that fight it's really hard for Pyke to even for Pyke Ezreal to even start getting a good trade, because it's dependent on them landing their skill shots and Ezreal landing that WQ or that Q or that WQ auto, and that's kind of hard when you have like a slow push into your tower.
So looking like IIT's managing their wave resource well, able to push it just in the right spot to be able to take that 2v2 fight. Haven't talked too much about Scrin just yet, but he is going to be building up a slow CS lead here already. Barely 5 minutes in, and it's already at a 10 CS advantage, but it is to be expected against a tank kind of carry matchup here. Trading a little bit of blows back and forth between King Jeebus and Irelia, but Ornn is going to have that undying grasp, right, to be able to keep him sustained, and he's going to also have the corrupting potions.
For IIT, I think they're making a good call to objectively be ready for this Drake.
Looking like IIT is going to be calling for that back. It is going to be Caitlyn coming back with about 1,400 gold. That's going to be able to get her to BF right at the start, for sure. And that is going to be the, I think Fear Pro already had that stopwatch as part of her rune set, so looking like she might be going for a little bit of that extra damage. I've never played Swain support. I've never been, too much of a fan of that. I'm not very kind of like unaccustomed to that kind of like give and take style. I'm always kind of just like a full-on commit or full-on don't commit. So it's like full-on commit would be like Nautilus or like Alistar or something. Like there's just no going back. But then with like full-on don't commit would be like Janna and Nami just like never gonna touch her guy.
The thing is, I feel like the better bot lanes you can play at this moment, right, with the like better champion picks are picks that can do both, right? Pyke, if you need Pyke to be a go button, he can be a go button, but if he needs to disengage or just hook and get someone out,
right,
he has his stun.
The E lets him go in or out depending on what he wants. Same with the Senna with her W engage, right? Like you can like sneak in or sneak out depending on what's your flavor that you're feeling like.
Same thing, same concept with the Swain. It's just that it enables a stronger lane, right? And a better like teamfight potential with the Kindred, with all the like small short CC bursts that like IIT squad has.
Screen here at level 6, so will be King Jeebus, but Lilia not yet to show up onto any lane. She's just going to try to look to power her way into level 6. A little bit of action here in the top lane. Jace will knock off Draco or anything more, but looking like he's going to have to deal with that wave. Meanwhile, Ornn going to be placing a cautionary vision ward here. There is some decent vision here within their jungle. They are going to be able to spot Kindred. It will be the Pyke going for that placed down that ward earlier. Kindred will be able to spot it just before it expires. 2 or 3 seconds left on her shoe. It will also be able to see the one from Ornn.
So fight here, oh big root.
Nice little play here. Rock Tank taking
coming down.
very slow. Sending a Q from downtown, not going to be able to land, but Lilia is there for the emotional support. Pings here being called. IIT looking like they want to start their way towards this first dragon. It's going to be the Mountain Dragon first here. Will be an E rolling from downtown. Will make contact with the dragon, giving IU the information that they know something's happening. We have a couple questions from chat, and it will be the first drag secured by IIT, but one of the questions from chat is, what is IIT's Division 1 schedule for this season? Juan?
Right now we're playing in the CLoL fall season, or like the practice season, and it usually be Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and those are like usually like the match schedule times. They're looking to see a dive.
Nice dive there. It is going to be outplayed. Lilia going for trying to go for a flash play just to try to see if she could get any more damage on Irelia, it looks like, but not going to be able to capture much more. And Draco winning out on a 1v1 competition against Wilkie. Looking like he's coming out ahead. IIT doing good work here, and the bot lane also getting a little bit of that extra turret plating. Now 8.5 minutes in, they're going to be having a nice 2k lead first drag, so good early start there for the Hawks. What's IU's mascot? Is it like...
I have no idea.
Did it even have a mascot?
They do, I got it. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I got you.
They're the Hoosiers. The Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I didn't remember the exact thing. IU's also a good team in general. They've always done their part and done have good showings on CLoL and in the collegiate circuit.
I don't think we've ever played them in a Division 1 setting. I know Division 3's played them, I think, once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I don't know how many member. I think I recognized one member of their of this roster though. So I think the Jeebus seemed familiar. I feel like I've seen that name before somewhere.
I'm trying to get a freeze going bot side, or it ends up with a slow push, but I don't think it's the end of the work.
You already have 2 plates there down for IU's bot side, so I mean, getting another plate here if they just let it push. Rocktank very scared. It's gonna just opt instantly out of that, and a little bit of a rotation here. It looks like Draco now here onto the mid. Irelia here on the top. Not sure if it's intentional. He's gonna be.
I think they're calling it just because there's no TP on the Ornn. Well, Irelia has TP, and with Dragon coming up in I think 2.5 minutes.
Oh wait, hold on. WBB in a little bit of an engage here is going to be slept, and it will be the Ezreal ult going through, but not before Kindred places her ult down. Pyke, not sure if he's going to be looking for a desperate flash ult play if he was that thirsty for it, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the option. But it will be an ult from the Caitlyn to try to see if she can get it onto Lilia. Will be instead blocked by the Pyke. A little bit of pressure here from 4 members of IIT as they hover around this dragon. But a little bit of priority. IIT has decent good vision around here. Trying to see who they can spot out. It will be a 1v1 engage. Sprint going to have to flash out of that Ornn ultimate. They want to go for the fight. Sprint's going for the 1v1. It is going to not be able to get it off.
Ornn is broken. Holy shit.
Ornn with that Bramble Vest and Miami Cinder will be enough to do it in, but Lilia falling in that trade here. Snowdown Arcade flashing for the play is going to be able to finish off Emended. Flash Ignite there for every member of IIT and the bot side barely able to walk out, and nice play there from Snowdown. Nice play there from the Hawks. All overall, a little bit of a misstep there from the Irelia. That's going to be a flash down for her. Didn't look like Ornn used the flash, so we'll have him perhaps be in the driver's seat moving forward. But
he didn't have flash.
Ornn did not have flash, but I'm saying he didn't even need flash to kill Irelia for the 1v1. She ulted out of the Ornn ult to try to get out of it, but yep, as you say, tank season 10 alone.
Yep. Being up 16 CS, having Big Wire Cutlass, and attack speed items. Then again, it was really close. So maybe one more stack of the Q would have done it. But
pretty much all of that action kind of like snapping right after they tried to get Kindred down, and then pretty much you just saw every lane commit to some sort of fight, looking to want to transition to drag. But second drag is still going to be up. It is going to be an Ocean. It is going to be a Kindred walking very deep into here, going to get stunned up, and it's going to look like a kill for sure, but not before Kindred sends out one more arrow right into the Pyke's heart. Pyke not even able to finish off that animation, in fact, to be able to net himself an official kill. He'll just have to settle for an assist and a serrated Dirk. Ezreal now taking the long con to walk all the way out. It is going to be spotted out by a little ward here from IIT side, but they're trying to see what they can do to narrow down the Lilia. A couple members here. Irelia is there for the support. Jace looking like he wants to be in this fight as well. He is not going to have to TP, and this looks going to be a 5-team commit. Ornn already going to be setting off an early ult from downtown. Going to be a TP coming in from the Mordekaiser. Going to be a TP coming from Irelia. It's going to be a huge fight. Core going to have to be using the stopwatch to try to get out of that. It is going to be an enemy team diving in to be able to get the Caitlyn. But Fear-Poor will be able to blast Pyke. Once again, he's going to be walking right back to face a very scattered fight from all sides. Jason now just coming in here, trying to see who they can get. Fear-Poor inside Kindred's ult. It's going to be Sprint trying to see who he can ward off 3 members. 1v3, not going to be able to do it from the looks of it. Draco trying to see who he can get, but I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. He's going to be ulting. The Lilia inside the ult will be very low. Able to take it out, and IIT looking to de-engage once again. Will keep being taken low once again, but the auto from Kindred not landing just yet. It's going to be a very low Ezreal. Is going to be just enough damage to take it out, and it's going to be a bloodbath there across the bot lane. And the dragon's still alive. Look at that. He's just napping.
Definitely.
He's just napping as he's just looking at that fight. It's just like, oh, these mere mortals having fun with their skirmishes, but IIT is going to walk away from that fight.
Overextended.
Rock Tank trying to see what he can do, but I think going to be smite secured there from the Kindred.
IU got timings right here.
Going to be Pike getting his ult off, but can they do anything more? Rock Tank going to be getting one of the very few kills in the past few minutes off from that, but it's going to be Swain living large, getting a little bit of shutdown gold there under his belt as well. But the 1v2 dive on the Snowdown Arcade pretty much sets it off, and then, oh man, just after that, just everything went flying. I don't even know what to think about that.
So each comp has a specific win condition that each team has to play to, right? And essentially, for IU, their win condition is being able to split up and sort of drag the fight into somewhere where they can like all commit to their ultis or their cooldowns, right? Sort of what happened, but the main problem is that they were the ones that started and thought they had a pick, but the double TP advantage helped kind of like counteract it because all the cooldowns and ultimates used on IIT's bot lane made sure that even though they weren't in the fight, whatever damage they could get was useful to end up winning the fight.
Gotcha. Yeah, I one thing I did like about that play, pretty much instantaneously 2 TPs from IIT's side if you saw it. I thought that was like some really nice coordination. But then, you know, it just turns out that the TPs were too late to do anything against the 1v2 dive. Hold on here, Draco going to try to have to fight his way out of a 1v2 play perhaps, but he's going to be ulting instead Delilio all the way from downtown. Kindred now here as well to go for the finishing kills. Looking like perhaps IIT walking out with 2 kills, and it will be Wilkie there falling. Kindred eating up the Lilia E to try to see what else she can do. A couple members of IIT from all over the place trying to see who she can get. They are going to be spawning the Pike. It's going to send a hook from downtown, not going to land. It is going to be Kindred able to pick up another kill. She is going to have the Rift Herald as well. First tower though already secured there from IIT here in the bot. Ezreal pretty much going to need as much time as he can to try to farm himself up, already about 1500 gold behind. Rift Herald going to be placed there in the bottom. Skrin looking like he wants to go for a 1v1. The flash play there on Amended. Going to be 1, 2, and 3. Quick clicks to take out that Ezreal. You know, and despite Ezreal kind of managing his CS, it's going to be the kills that you need to be able to do to get ahead, and IIT seems to be doing just fine in that department right now. Draco now trying to see if he can finish off the final tier 1 tower there in the top. But IIT, you know, already showing off some pretty nutty stuff in this game 1. Looking like these guys are pretty confident, pretty rehearsed. Looking like your coaching's paying off, Pirate.
Damn. I mean, essentially it's like right now what we like trying to get into a habit of is making sure our timings are usually okay, right? Sure. And when I mean timings is essentially like if we win a fight or is there a fight somewhere, making sure that our timings are correct or we get a good reset back for a good reset to make sure that we're there for the objective, right? Because things we constantly analyze are like, what happens when we need to prep for a dragon? What happens when after we fight a dragon, right? What happens if the fight isn't clean enough, isn't a clean 5-0, right? Things like that lead to like people getting timings or having fights when their key abilities aren't up, and that usually turns games, right? And that's sort of things we're trying to focus on.
Try to make sure that you walk out of every fight or every skirmish with something, or something planned to do, right? So I think that's definitely a good thing to have, making sure that your players keep their eyes on the prize, right? I would agree. Bit of a lull right now into the mid game. It is going to be the 3rd dragon, the Cloud Drake, spawning in about 45 seconds. So it is on its way here. Snowdown Arcade and Israel going to be leading up onto the mid lane here. Caitlyn now finishing off the IE and the rapid fire cannon. So she is going to be big and nasty for this fight. Israel only having 1 item fully completed. So it's going to be taking a little bit of time. There is going to be another double TP play potential. Skrin and Draco both ready for that. Going to be Pike Landing a hook, but gonna have to eat himself right off. That IIT maintaining good vision here inside the blue jungle. Gonna be able to see who's going in for what. Kindred playing with a little bit of fire, trying to go for that control warp, but looking like Pyke's a little bit nervous. Won't be able to go for much more besides those hooks. And doesn't look like they're going to be committing. Look at Lilia, look at Jace. They're looking like they're going to try to force a commit here.
Onto top side, right?
Yep.
Oh, baby. Okay, I thought that ultimate was going to hit.
Didn't look pretty close. Will be Lilia using the ultimate. They're going to try to do what they can, but Draco has got his ultimate, and I don't think they were maybe expecting that. Not looking like he's going to be using it. Oh, wait, no, he did use it. It is going to be Draco falling in the end, using 3 members in the process.
That was a lot of health he took and for the mid tower trade and bot side.
And used the Lilia flash as well, so not necessarily the worst story.
Now IIT looking to get back on the other side of the map. I think this orange is cooked right now. And
did
the
he say
ultimate getting
cooked, or did he say he's cooked?
Cooked.
Cooked? What's that?
Yeah, he's cooked.
What's that supposed to mean? When someone
like what like they just die, right? You know, they're fried. You know, they're done.
Okay. It's a
like they cooked our boy in the top lane. You know, you had to cook their boy in the bottom line.
Oh no, Snowdown. Gonna try to do what he can, having to eat himself out of that situation. But
and then also note, we
so
have double TPs for potential like counter engages to them.
For a counter like 4-on-5 fight, So you always will maintain that split pressure. But IU both also has the double TPs, but it doesn't seem like they're coordinating them too well yet.
Yeah,
looking like they're. I think early game they had to use it a lot of times to just get back into the lane to keep the chase relevant to what extent that they could. So they are a little bit off, but pretty much now in the mid game, every TP has to be done with purpose. There's no more really opportunities to just get a lazy TP off just to keep up in your CS. I think at this point in the game. Will be the Baron spawn up. It will be now the Cloud Soul in contention here. If IIT is able to grab that, that's going to give them a nice ultimate cooldown reduction.
Right. Oh,
sure. Would have engaged
right
here.
Now the focus. And speaking of like going into the mid game, sort of transitioning into like the early parts of the late game.
Yep.
We see IIT's focus and IU's focus shift to the top side of the map, where basically the only objective right now is Baron, right?
And the tier 2 top, yeah.
So right now, if you're IU, to get back in the game, you have to make sure you stall until Dragon comes up. So IIT is forced to choose one or the other, right?
Sure. I would agree.
But if you're IIT, you want to force a fight before these major objectives start, or before next Drake comes up, so that you make that decision for IU, right?
No, they definitely want to. IIT wanting to do as much to keep the pressure onto these guys. You know, pretty much IU's scared to even go beyond past their red buff, just the complete vision control here from these guys. But you know, it's going to not be something that they can delay forever. Dealing with the double objectives, and I don't think IU has the confidence to be able to try to go for a 50-50 like they try to trade for a Baron or a Dragon. I don't think they're going to try to go for that. I don't think IIT will let them either. So you're going to always have this Irelia's constantly split pushing. She's going to have the Death Dance and the Bork completed on her side.
Here, but we're looking for what a play I was calling with
here. WBW taking very low. Going to have to flash herself right out. It's going to do a lot of damage from these guys.
Forcing a lot of cooldowns into a 5-on-5 fight with IU having half their health bars chunked out.
Another flash play from Scrin. He is very accustomed to doing that flash ult trade. It is going to trade up for Pyke's flash, so in a big fight setting, not having Pyke not having flash is definitely big to be able to use for, like, you know, like a across the map beat. Maybe Lilia picking up.
Not only that, but that fight was basically to secure space, right? Similar, like, because Drake's up in a minute, right? Having all that pressure and being able to just dominate and be able to walk there.
They can afford to just blow their ultimates if they feel like they can go for a fight, because they have the ult cooldown reduction as well. You know? Ooh, a little bit of a trade there. Draco taking a little bit of damage. He's going to be just above 1400 there. Barely 15.
IU right now has no answer for Irelia.
Nope, they seem to want to try to do what they can to hold on to that mid, tier 2 top, but Doesn't look like IIT is going to allow them any chances to get any real picks. Just a little bit of baiting there from these guys. Rock Tank 10, flashless. Not going to be able to do much, and IIT looking like, with the Dragon now respawning in 15, the Hawks are going to back it up, take whatever items they need for a big fight, and try to see who they can go for. Meanwhile, for IU, the only person that is opting for a back is going to be the Lilia. She is going to have the Leandry, she is going to have a Stalker's Blade completed, but if you look, I'm not going to be surprised at that gold difference. 2,400 ahead from on that Queensland side. And they won't be able to even do anything about that. Ezreal Ult will try his best, but it's not going to be able to do it, and it will be the Cloud Dragon secured. Cloud Dragon Soul, so 10% movement speed. Additional 50%.
Right now they're just trying to get a pick on Lilia or someone that has the major CC on IU's team, just so they can get an easier fight, right? Because it doesn't matter. Because okay, Baron might be easy, but if the Lilia gets a 5-man CC or 4-man CC into chain CC, I do see IU coming back.
It is going to be about a 7k gold in, so I mean they're going to have a lot of work to try to do, but it is going to be the Baron now trying to see what they can do in contention. Nice little grab there from Gear to Poro there to be able to pretty much take out Rock Tank to very low.
Aurelia also has TP if IU decides to go 4-on-5.
They're going to try to see if they can force that Kindred ultimate early, but she's not going to force it. Big fight here coming around. Gear to Poro is going to be falling down in that process, but Kindred will be able to secure the Baron. A lot of members all over here, Scrin trying to see what they can do. Kindred ultimate will be used to try to keep herself alive. Snowdown Arcade able to get the pick off there. Ord running for his life. Draco going to be able to pick up that kill, and I think that's got to be game at this point. Nice kill there from Snowdown Arcade once again. 6-1 and 2. Doing work. IIT only loses Poro in the process, meanwhile taking out Jeebus, Tyrians, and Wilkie.
Oh, Caitlyn getting poked in here.
A little bit of a Caitlyn push there, but
every time I see Skirn go up, I'm looking to see if he can flash. Oh, he almost
that's so
got
close.
the fight.
That's very close. But not going to be just enough yet.
IIT playing it safe, going with the 1-3-1, but 1-1-3, trying to get all the towers, trying to not give IU any chance into this game.
And it is going to be another inhib tower broken into. Will be the mid inhib opened up. So IIT a lot of time on their hands now to do what they want. Probably just one more back, and that's got to be the game secured, I can only imagine. You know, a lot of that early skirmishing not really able to pay off. Ooh, Ezreal ultimate from downtown. Not going to land with any targets, but yeah. Looking like a pretty solid performance from IIT for this game 1. If I'm IU, I'm just gonna be thinking, you know, what can I do to try to not do what do I gotta do in game 2 so that I don't repeat the same mistakes from game 1. Question from chat, we have is this a best of 3? I believe so.
Yes, it is a best of 3.
Yep. I don't ever want to get a chance to use the question mark ping against IIT. I think if you ever try to all chat IIT in an official game, you're going to be met with a lot of return question marks. Scrin doing a little bit of Snowdown doing a little bit of flex on that rank, just showing off his prowess. Is the bot lane WVW going all the way in, but she's going to be kept asleep. Going to have to bust out her ultimate early, but she's going to be taking very long. Going to have to actually force herself to flash out just to get herself out of that. Or he's going to try to do what he can. He will be able to jump over it, taking the Caitlyn up in the process, but I think they're just trying to waste whatever time that they can. Give time for the Mordekaisers to break open into a second inhib. Jace still going to be about 15 seconds until he's back onto the map. And these waves aren't really too coordinated that much.
They aren't too coordinated, but honestly, with a gold lead right now,
I think
it's sort of like over in a sense. But like going back about the timings and cooldowns, they blew a lot of resources and time trying to get that fight right instead of just bouncing back the wave. Big 2-man, 3-man ult by Stern.
Nice pull down, and Wilkie is going back to the base. Pretty much respawned and just died right after. That super feels bad. but Draco is going to be shredding through that damage, revitalizing Andrews and the Hextech Thrower Belt to keep himself with a very impressive performance here for the Hawks to make an opening statement here. Game 1 going into the season strong. IIT will take this Game 1 victory 23-7, 57.7 to 43.5k gold. Well played.
Yep, I will be back.
See you in a bit. Yeah, it's gotta be like Draco, Kindred, and Caitlyn. I would say Caitlyn maybe number 2. I feel like Draco did a lot in that one. Yeah, Caitlyn, number 1, 2. I was debating about the Kindred. She did well early, but then mid game, late, she kind of just let Snowdown and Mordekaiser take control of it. Yeah, that's a tough performance for IU. Definitely their top lane suffered a lot. The overstaying from the Kindred ended up paying off with the top camp. So not too bad. What is the gold difference? Well, looking at the game, I think you can see it from the chat, but the game ended with IIT having about 14k above, so doing just fine. Alright, let's take it back real quick. And IIT taking a decisive Game 1 victory here against IU-Bloomington. Starting off with a 1-0 here. It is going to be a best of 3, so we will be probably entering a quick break, and then when we come back, it will be Game 2 on its way for sure. A lot of decent amount of viewers today. I think I got about like 13, 15 today. So definitely appreciate everyone tuning in. If you're an IIT fan, support your fellow Hawks. Give us some pogs in chat. And if you're IU, I'm sure they can feel your presence through this Twitch chat as well. I don't know. I don't think we saw anybody from IU. Like a coach or a caster take up any one of the spectate slots, so I'm assuming either they just don't care about that kind of content or they didn't have one available. So either way, yeah, I one of the things that I really like about IST's program is just because it's like goes beyond just players. Having casters is just, I think, really a really good way to connect with the community so that people could still stay in touch, and whether it's alumni or current students or veteran members can still watch the program grow. But yeah, I saw some promising things from the Orin, able to take a 1v1 against Grin, so that looked good. But Lilia, not opting really to do any type of ganks or any kind of early game pressure, even at level 5. But her kit's not necessarily built for that. She doesn't have that kind of lullaby sleep until level 6. But even so, I mean, if you can go maybe for like a tri-bush around a bend gank, perhaps, if they were able to maintain some vision control. I saw them able to do some stuff in the river, like on the bot side river near the near the Raptor entrance. They had decent control, but then Kindred was able to pretty much sweep through it all once she picked up her lens. So I don't know. I think they maybe need to cut their losses into. They need to probably pick one side to just focus on to try to get the most out of it. Looking like IIT is confident in their 2v2 bot, Snowdown Arcade, not phased at all by any pike hooks, has Poro's AP burst damage ready at all times. And there's real, maybe being a little bit too trigger happy, trying to eat out of every single Swinkle. I'm not too sure. I never like to just say it's a better bot wins kind of thing. I always like to think in a 5-man setting, especially in collegiate, like there's always just a chance to be able to outplay. You could have a diamond player in your 5-man roster and a bunch of silvers, but you could still lose to a full gold team. It's a team game. But IIT looking really coordinated just in general. It's not just kind of one player shining out throughout the entire thing. Everyone working out well together. I like the double TP syncs, fighting for these objectives pretty properly, maintaining good vision control. So yeah, I think good stuff all around. I've been chattering for enough, but what are we talking? about? Oh my. I leave for 2 minutes and the chat just goes nuts. What is everyone talking about? I expect 11 weird champ bro keck ban deleted messages. What is happening in this Discord? In my Twitch chat. Oh. Okay. I'm very scared. I'm gonna take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll probably get our picks and bans started right away. Oh, never mind. I just got invited to the custom. Damn it. Just when I thought I could take a bathroom break. Uh, Too bad. I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I need to actually go. Uh, yeah. I'll be back.
Mic off. back on.
Alrighty, welcome back. Sorry about the wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Looks like a couple last minute changes for everyone to get back onto their assignments into the pick bands, but I think we're pretty much going to get going. So I will start up my music and kind of let it go from there. Cool. Alright, if you're just tuning in, this is Illinois Tech's Division 1 League of Legends team as they participate in the Plays vs Fall Invitational in conjunction with Collegiate League of Legends CLoL. If you were just watching just a few minutes before, you would have seen IIT take a decisive Game 1 victory against Indiana University Bloomington. Pretty much a well-rounded performance from all 5 members of the Hawks. The Hoosiers are definitely going to have to try to rethink their strategy if they want to look at taking this to a Game 3. But looking like haven't seen too much of a difference in our picks, in our band so far. It's going to be IU there onto the blue side this time here for Game 2. We'll be banning the Echo and Uni once again. I believe earlier it was also a Morgana. I think they triple banned our Poro, but even on the Swain, she was able to prove herself pretty talented on it, I believe. And, you know, I think the one big fight was like your Dragon Ocean Drake or something. It was when they had double TP. She had used her stopwatch well, able to get a kill off in the process too before falling. But I think it was providing a lot of pell-mell fighting from all sides, but I need to walk out the end there, so it was definitely good stuff. But it is going to be a first change of pace there from IU with that kicker dial, something that they don't want to have that's an option on WVBW. So IIT instead going to stick with what they preferred with the Maokai, Hecarim, and Karma bans. I believe that was done also from Game 1. Ruby Lilia jungle picked up once again for Terrans, it looks like. And I hope, you know, maybe IU will try to see if they can opt for Lilia to be having a bigger presence early game. Instead, this time, instead of Kindred, we're going to be seeing the Shyvana on the BBBW with Caitlyn once again for Star Arcade. Mastery 7, by the way, just in case if he didn't make that clear enough for you by pinging that multiple times. But instead, IU going to be picking up the Swain support for themselves, looking like Terry and Onestead, and it looks like the Pantheon for King Jeebus. Interesting. Pantheon top, perhaps? It can't be Pantheon support, can it? Actually, it can. It has proven itself. I don't know if it's. I thought Riot did some stuff to it though to make it not possible anymore. I have not kept in touch with League of Legends for a couple months, so I am a little bit dry in terms of what's popular and whatnot. So if anyone's in chat is watching, do let me know. But regardless, that no more Ghana ban will allow Scrin to pick it up for Poro from the looks of it before IU gets too comfortable with the triple ban support, looking like they wanted to make sure that if they get the Swain, we get the Morgana, and IU will keep it up with the new bans, with starting off here now with a second ban here onto Scrin's Irelia. And I mentioned it at least 2 times, I think, game 1. Those flash ult initiations were something out of like I've never seen engages like that before. Normally, I have seen like the Irelia E engage, right, when she like places the stun blades around, but it was a new experience trying to see her just go all in against that 1v3 situation. And proved it in some cases, and other times bit off a little bit more than she did choose. So she did take up a couple of deaths, but death dance were super alive. Any case, Ash and Ornn, they're taken out from IIT sites, so looking like they do not want to get that Ornn in the game, and it will be a Silas ban here for IU, leaving now 2 picks, looking like the mid and top left here for IIT. That's going to be the Wukong there. I can only imagine if he use top. So interesting comps here so far. Looking like a more dive heavy, as Wukong with the Morgana shields on him will mean that he's going to be just fine going on whoever he wants. Won't be stopped by a Pantheon stun, a Swain grab, a Shen stun. It couldn't be the River Shen. I can't think so because we already had the Lilia, but that's likely gonna be a Shen top, I'd say. No marksman here picked up for IU. A mage bot lane if they're feeling super nutty? Interesting. Let's see. Player interview. Oh yeah, we'll definitely do like a bit of an interview to pick up from one of the players if they're willing to. So I'll make sure to have Juan check in with Casey if he's down for the player interview. But no, it will be a marksman there picked up for IU at last. Rock Tank 10 will pick up that Lucian there. So likely going to be a Lucian Swain bot lane, Shen top, Pantheon mid, Lilia jungle, I would assume. But IIT will lock in the final pick with that Azir mid onto Scrin. So no Irelia performance, no Kindred performance from game 1. Now instead we're going to see the Shyvana Azir, but we'll have to see how this ends up turning for the Hawks. And I may have spoken too soon because what I thought was going to be a Pantheon mid ends up being Pantheon support, and instead just swing bottom. Also possible. I have seen that being used. It's a heavy amount of CC for them to struggle with in the bot lane, but Caitlyn will have the range to prevent anything like that, and she will have the security from the Morgana Black Shield. So good choice on IF to be able to pick it up on the first rotation. So that's good to see there. Azir dealing with Lucian is manageable though, so I think it's not too bad of a draft there. I'll definitely want to have words about it with Juan when he comes back. So we are going to be hit though with the spectator delay though, so we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, it will be game 2 on its way. We'll see you guys soon. Alright, everyone, welcome back. 3-minute delay has now expired. Doing a quick little bit of a switch on this scene to get my logos right. It will be Game 2 on its way here. It's going to be Indiana University needing to mount a comeback to take us to Game 3. It's going to be Wilkie on the Shen top, Tarians in the Lilia jungle, King Jeebus on the Lucian mid, Emended on the bottom, and Rock Tank 10 as the Pantheon support. Meanwhile, IIT will be onto the red side here for Game 2. Draco on the Wukong top lane, WVVW on the Shyvana jungle, Skrin as the Azir mid, Snowdown Arcade as the bottom, and Fudaporo as Morgana support. Joined once again by Pirate Fortis, and interesting comp here that we've got here, Coach. What's it, I was not expecting the Lucian to rotate from ADC to mid here, but it seems to be.
We called it.
We called it
in draft. Yeah, we called the Lucian flex, just because Lucian right now in the meta is can individually keep up with early game champions that we could potentially pick, and essentially since we got last pick or the counter, we just decided to go with Azir, because essentially you can just match that and just farm it out until Lucian gets to the point in the game where he's like falling off. And then also Lucian is a good matchup into Irelia, even though they banned it. So that was also like a thing they considered potentially.
Gotcha. Shyvana is going to be placing down a jungle ward right from the start. Wilkie will slam right in there to say hello to the Shen. But Shyvana is going to go for the quick back, grab herself an Oracle Lens, perhaps an invade? Early on, having a lens there will be particularly useful to see anything of the sort, but IIT now knows that these guys are around the area, and it's going to be looking like a little bit of trade from both sides. Wilkie walking just a little bit ahead, I think, but we'll have Doran shields on both sides, so they shouldn't be faring too bad for either of them. Meanwhile, jungle leash there from both teams from the bottom side will be Lilia once again there for IU with the Tarians. I think she's got a new skin, but despite that, Shyvana this time, instead of going for the buff right after, is going to be going with the Gromp. Going to look like a full clear onto her blue side first before she goes anywhere else. Meanwhile, IIT already starting off pretty early here in the bot side with already 3 minions pushing in. Gonna try to go for a level 2 advantage here from the looks of it. A little bit of trading here from Wilkie and Draco, but Draco walking out ahead. Level 2 advantage now here for him. It could be a first blood, perhaps not even level 1 yet. One more could do it. Shen will flash out. And Draco showing that the Mordekaiser isn't the only thing that means business for these guys. Level 2 here from both sides. It is going to be Rock Tank starting things a little bit off here. It's going to be taken with the stun. Going to have to go with the ignite. First blood though, traded though. It's going to be Caitlyn taking it. Sway needs one more. Morgana running for her life. It is going to be landing it. The Q there for Morgana will keep him in place. Snowdown unfortunately already using heal, but not going to be enough to keep the fallen angel alive. IIT starting things off early though with a 2-1 lead. Wukong now coming down here to try to see if he can spot out a helpless deer. We'll see the Gromp away. We'll have Draco available onto that. It is going to be trying to go for the trade. Flash for flash here. Will be the Wukong taunted up, and it will end up paying for his life. Paying his life as the price. Sorry, I didn't know where I was going with that.
It was very ambitious, and he almost had it. I think he just lost vision in the bush.
Yeah, the vision control was difficult. I think if he instantly saw the Gromp and then maybe just went for an instant flash, he might have had the chance, but it doesn't look like it. Ended up paying off. So getting a kill for Lilia is good though for IU. Will give them the morale boost that they need to try to get ahead. Meanwhile, WVVW finally poking her scaly head out for the first time. Will be walking right into a Pantheon bush, and they will see that it's short.
Just call WVVW dubs.
But
just call him dubs.
But he has V's.
But there's more dubs than these, you know?
Has he claimed that he wants to be called dubs though? See, I don't know. I'll just say it as it is.
I mean, like all the other casters in other tournaments, I've just given up and called them dubs. So
okay, I will try to use dubs in the next time then. My mistake.
No, not a mistake. I'm just thinking. It's funny. It's like W, gets a triple kill, and then it's like plays over.
Dubs done. Draco and Wilkie going at it once again for the 1v1. Will be the taunt there, but Draco looks like he's confident in the 1v1 and will be able to pull it off. Nice play there from IIT's top laner. Able to come back after a unfortunate 1v2 incident.
coming out from their bot lane.
A little bit of CC control there here. Caitlyn will have her flash, but that is going to be a pretty big wave pushed up. Swain already showing some signs of life here in the bot lane. Not opting to go for the marksman. I know Snowdon has many thoughts about trying to go mage comps in the bottom. I also I'm of that mindset. I think that bottom lane is a strictly marksman and support zone. I don't enjoy double mage comps. It seems to me it's just very annoying, and it's like a cowardly play to play. You just don't have the balls if you play mage comp, you know? That's just how I've always looked at it.
The thing is, it's not even like bad into it. It's just that the IIT bot lane draft is very strong, right? There's no way you can like get onto the Caitlyn, right? With net, with traps, with Black Shield, right?
Right.
And just because it's a double melee matchup, essentially like the range is super short for the Swain and melee for Pan. It kind of lets.
Well, they have the tools to get close. Pantheon has his W, right? And then.
But it's easier for IIT to keep them at bay, right? Without like you saw in the all-in level 2, right? It wasn't like they committed way too much for one person after not even getting the right person.
Let's see. Black Shield going to be used pretty early, but it's going to be looking like another all-in from both sides. It is going to be Fearful trying to do what she can to block. One more auto would be able to do it. Pantheon going to walk out with 11 health. Oh, Amended looking like he's going to try to go for the pick. The flash play here from Lily, but she is going to fall right under a turret. A couple of shots here, but that's going to be too many kills there, and it will be a 1-for-3 trade. A desperate dive there from Lily to try to see what she can get. Will be able to get the Caitlyn in the process, but will at the cost of her life. Scrim and G-Bestow. And those kills is just going to continue. And I think, you know, Caitlyn and Morgana were able to pick up most of those kills. Shyvana only able to take one in the process, so she's going to be level 6 ahead of that Lilia. She's going to be able to solo this dragon by herself, you know, so looking like IIT's still able to walk out of these trades, or out of these plays, you know, still ahead.
Yeah. And it went back to a little bit I was saying, like if you notice, they committed everything to one person, and then they're just trying to get onto the other one, right? In a team fight scenario, that probably works better because you have to commit to keeping that one person alive. But now that there's an advantage on the other side, it's a lot harder to get that trade going, to get those kills going.
I see. Yeah, no, I agree. I think like IU, they're definitely playing it differently. They're definitely trying to make Lilia be more effective early game. You know, she had a little bit of that extra edge with the kill onto the Wukong early, but doesn't seem to be the best dive as of yet. Shyvana just going to go right into it. It is going to have a Black Shield. A little bit too late. Too late for the stun, but I don't. Yep. Nice little Q there. It's got to be. It will be the Shen ult to try to see what he can do to keep him alive, but no, it will not be enough. But it will be a Lucian TP, and the games continue on. But there is no Shen. Shen instead tried to see who he tried to save. This Pantheon, but it's not going to be enough. IT fighting for their lives inside the cavern here. It will be the Lilia be able to fall from Dubs. Flash play from Poro to try to see what he can get. Snowdown Arcade will be level 6. It's going to be the stopwatch, and he won't even need to use the ult. Snowdown Arcade once again flexing his mastery rank, level 7. Yes, yes, Casey, we get it. Okay, we get it. You're broken. But nice little play there. Another nice stopwatch play from Fear to Poro. IU not able to walk out of that with anything. Wilkie will be going for another 1v1 trade against Draco, but he won't have a Bambi Cinder, just a Bramble Vest. Just opting for full tank from what it looks like. Stunned there to kind of get away from that hairy situation. Tiamat there now on to the Wukong. And already, just under 10 minutes, he's already put himself at about a 30 CS lead. That's about, you know, 1100 gold. Bot lane here, 1k gold here onto the Caitlyn. She's already going to be nearly towards completion, towards that IE. So a lot of good things here working out for the Hawks in the early game. And mid and Lucian mid and Azir just kind of just sitting there duking it out. Top lane cosplay.
It's worth noting that the jungle paths this game have all ended in bot side, right? Usually mid, like this game was more of a bottom side focused, with bot side being the strong side that
Oh my.
usually...
Okay, so they are wanting that Azir, but a 3-man dive is not going to be able to netting these guys anything, and that's just going to give time for Snowdown to make himself some room for a third turret plate. Very ambitious there for the Hoosers. I was not expecting that.
Oh, Draco.
Oh man, I don't even want to rewind. I'm scared. Oh my lord, that's IU is done for. A double kill with the 1v2 outplay, no assists even from Shyvana. Oh my goodness. All right, the Hawks are ready to not even give IU any breathing room at all with this. They're ready to take this game, pack it away and done. They've got an early day tomorrow. When's the next game again? Is it Thursday or is it on the weekend? I don't remember.
It should be.
Wait, hold on. Actually,
the
computer sec Lucian coming
but there's a
gang.
3-on-2.
Yeah,
we'll be
slowing things up a bit. We'll get to do not tell me she actually walks out of that. Oh, Rock Tank coming here, gonna be able to absorb what he can, but Draco here to finish it up. Probably, perhaps another double kill. He wants to try to see what he can get. It's not gonna be enough. But oh my lord, Fear Poro able to nearly pull off.
Make it happen.
A Rift Herald.
I mean, in those scenarios, even if you're ahead, you just gotta make sure your AD doesn't die.
It's gonna be a mid
even
first tier
so
tower.
ahead.
It's gonna be a bottom tier 1 tower.
And they get a reset off for Drake too.
And another reset with Dragon respawning now in 50 seconds. So. Oh, by the way, did you know that if you're casting, you can look at the timers by pressing N?
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that during the Princeton game. There's actually some extra spectate tools that I can do. Like there's ways to be able to like zoom out, like max zoom out, like you know like how they do it with like Jin Ultimate and stuff like that. I gotta actually learn how to practice some additional spectate tools if I want to up my casting game. But we'll see. Caitlyn now 5-1-5, picking up the IE, looking at a what do you build agility plus dagger for? PD? Phantom Dancer?
It could be any of those. It could be Rapid Fire, PD, Runen.
Rapid Fire needs Cloak? I thought it was just Recall plus Sphere thing. No.
Don't quote me on it.
Oh my. A delayed TP. Okay, well, nope, I take it back. Wilkie just used to get back.
You need a Zeal, and Cloak of Agility builds
oh my god,
Zeal.
Draco, don't do it to him, my lord. The man has a family. Draco was taking no prisoners with this Wukong top lane, going to be able to take down another turret plate. King Jeebus though wants to try to see what he can get from it. Will have the ultimate, and no, the Lilia coming all the way from around. They're going to use the Lilia ultimate just to be able to secure one kill. It's going to be given over to the Lilia. But meanwhile, looking like Swain fell from the bottom lane. I was looking top. What do you know what happened? I wasn't looking.
They decided IIT committed to diving their IU's bot lane, and they got the Swain in the process.
Oh my. Alright, Skrin's likely gonna fall in the process. Oh, he's trying! Oh, not gonna be able to do it in the end, but he tried. A valiant stand.
This is IU's win condition.
IIT throwing.
No, not necessarily that.
They're not. By the way, they're taking trades as much as they can.
The draft they drafted in a way where the 5-man dive overcomes whatever control composition.
Oh my. Okay, Snowdown being a little bit callous here. Trying to go for a fight. Wilkie's not going to be able to land stun, but Morgana's going to instantly reply with her ultimate. We'll be able to capture Wilkie in the meantime. TP here from the Hawks Pantheon ultimate will just be instantly deleted by the Shyvana, and it's going to be a very late swing game into the game. But we'll only be able to net a kill onto the Shyvana. Will be actually a little bit of shutdown goals. 500 there for her. Oh my.
They're looking.
Oh, they want it. But IIT, Skrin putting out a ward for safety. Trying to see who she can get. Snowdown taking a little bit of a brunt from that Lucian ult.
No, I gotta make sure it identifies and doesn't get timing by the timer by IU coming back up.
No, there's no TPs on their side to be able to get back. Lucian's already in there, so.
No, I'm just saying if they committed to crashing the wave. I feel like right there they would have called for it immediately. Really, there really is gonna be a lull in like fighting until next Drake comes up probably.
Well,
Or
there's
until
also another
Baron
Herald
comes up.
coming up in 2 minutes, so
Yep.
there's that too. I don't know. I think IIT's pretty much in the driver's seat at this point. Caitlyn's going to back, probably pick herself up another second item at this point, right? 14. Actually, she might not have enough. She only got 1400. Nasher's 2 for Shyvana. Nasher's 2 for the Azir. Is he building the entries with the Tome Crystal Rylai's? I don't know what Azir's build. I don't play mid at all. It's my least comfortable role.
It could, you could either go Luden.
No,
Or
Luden's doesn't use
Leandry's.
Ruby Crystal.
Oh, with the Ruby Crystal, probably Leandry's or Morello, but I don't think it's Morello.
I think it was either going to be Leandry's or Rylai's, but I don't think he these slows on Azir. So, you know. No good. Oh my god, look at that damage from the Shyvana. But pretty much Wukong is legendary at this point. Shen struggling to have an impact in the game. Still hasn't completed his first item. He's gonna be like 2k if not more. 3k, oh my god. 4k behind for this Wukong. Oh boy. Ah! Stone Arcade running for his life here. Will not have the flash available. Takes the Lucian ult to the face, but Wukong wants to avenge his friend. It is going to be the exhaust placed down promptly. Shen ultimate here, not going to be enough damage here, and King Jeebus will pay back the monkey's time and will allow them to pick up a kill. Scrin will ultimate to try to hold back as many members, but IIT already pretty low in that confrontation. Fearpour also low, trying to see what she can get out, but IIT fighting a little bit off, fighting off more than they can shoot. The Leandry slowly sapping away Snowdown. The Q from downtown won't be enough. Snowdown Arcade walking away with barely 50 HP. And gives a little bit, perhaps a light at the end of the tunnel for the Hoosers, but Hoosiers or Hoosers? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Oh my god, WVW dubs with the Dragon Snipe from downtown. IIT instantly just ready to pay back anything that they took from that fight. That's going to be a double kill there for Respondent. It's going to be 3 kills now with the pickup from Draco. And that's going to be an Infernal Drag from whoever they want. Dubs trying to see what he can do. One more ultimate, one more auto will do it, and he barely walks out. Vision control there for the Hawks. Draco there for the emotional support. And that's gotta be an angry
to something I was trying to explain earlier about the timings, right?
Yeah.
If IU gets those kills and back and resets properly for the Drake with full health bars, they could probably turn that fight on Shyvana.
I'd agree. But well they wouldn't have time because Shyvana would have priority. So she'd be at the Dragon Pit first because they backed, right? So I think the better play would have been to try to like...
I'm just saying if they did, like, if as soon as they got the kills right, and like instead of just crashing, like they crashed the wave and immediately back, they force the resets will be on par, and they'll be there at the same time.
Right. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean with that. Yeah, because a lot of members were already low from the previous fight, right? So, yeah. I agree with that. No, I think like because they already had, I think they had double TP, so they had the tools. Oh no. Fearpour tried to go for the back gank help. She's got a Zonius to try to keep her life for however long as possible, but it's going to be a Lilia E to the face that will take it out in the process. No. Fallen Angel will fall once again. Stone Arcade will pick up the second Rift Herald, and that is now 3 dragons to IIT's name. The Infernal Soul now, perhaps up for grabs here for the Hawks. Dude, what if they made it in collegiate that the winning collegiate team gets a custom skin? Just like one skin for the school, but like put on any champion. So like Worlds get 5 champs. Ours would be a new year, right? Oh, Draco is gonna try to have to do what he can to pull off 1v3. Lilia does have the ultimate. She's gonna flash for it just to see what she can do. Oh my, it's gonna be actually very close A lot of damage there.
I think
4 turret
IIT's
shots.
response
IIT wants
is-
to clean it up.
IIT makes it here, makes it though.
Scrin wants to go in for it. He's going to get the knock up there. Going to be
He
able to
gets the
kill.
2-on-1.
Yep.
Casey going in 1-on-1, 1-on-2.
Oh, man. Okay, so a bloodbath. Once again, IIT not content with letting IU get away with anything. Insert, he can't keep getting away with it. Meme. Yeah, good stuff. TP there from Azir, able to get himself to double kill. Shyvana and Morgana there to help pick up the Lilia. Snowdown caught out on the river. Not too sure about...
we got the dance. We got the chicken dance coming up.
What would be an IIT skin for our champ? Would it be a Nivea or an Azir? Or would it be Quinn?
No, I think Azir.
Why?
Cause like I think Azir's like coat and stuff could look really clean with the like IIT colors.
Oh, that's
I think
true.
each person would get like a skin for their champ. Oh, we don't want to. No, please IIT, don't get timing. Alright, we're good.
We are gonna use.
I think each person would get to choose their like skin, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think I just feel like you should be able to, if they want to keep, you know, bumping up collegiate to some sort of like tier 1 kind of gameplay, you gotta give some love to the winning national team to get a custom skin. If not 5 custom skins, 1, or maybe a custom ward. I honestly, right, I will be content with a ward. a ward, an IIT ward. Oh man. Yeah, IIT ward or like an emote, IIT emote, I'm down with it. Oh, the 3-man dive here. IIT is just going in reckless, but they don't care. They're big, they're nasty. Draco won't even fall in the process.
Oh,
IIT there to clean it up. The snipe from the Caitlyn is going to take the Swain out in the process. Lucian running for his life, but a Shyvana E should be enough to clean it up. Won't be enough. He's going to actually have to run away from his base. Baron empowered minions won't let him do that, and that's got to be the game. 20 minutes in. Oh my lord. I think last game was like 37, so IIT...
Oh, we're also getting a Shelly ending.
Oh, and a Rift Herald. This is just nasty. IIT. The Wukong going big here. Shyvana going big here. Bot lane not having the best of times in the early game, but it doesn't matter. They were still able to walk out with trades when they needed it, so... And then Lucian mid. Lucian Azir was just a peck fest. The entire time. Yep. Oh man. Okay, so
is there an interview after this?
Yeah, 22 minutes in. The Hawks will take it 31-12, 52.1k to 35.8k gold. So GG's to the Hoosiers, but IIT will walk away victorious here with a nice 2-0 win to put under for their first game of the fall season. GG's. Take a quick look at the damage.
Are we gonna do a player interview?
Ask whoever wants to get interviewed. And then let's see, it's yeah, nice damage from the Caitlyn once again, but this time Shyvana coming out, and then yeah, they didn't even need Scrin to really output the damage. Wukong did it fine on his own. Shyvana, nice couple snipes with it, and then yeah, I with her empowered E, but it's like, yeah, just IU tried to force things that they could get, but then they just let IIT take the advantage right back after. So I think that they tried new things, but
is going to be interviewed in a few seconds once I drag her in here.
Who is?
Poro.
Okay, hold on. Let me I need to change the interview room then. Who is the... Okay, so Fear the Poro Div1 support. Poro Biscuit ARAM player. Okay, well, you can drag her in whenever, but looking like we'll be getting
I'm dragging her in right now.
A visit from her.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi! How are you?
Good, how about you?
Not too bad. Congrats on a Game 1 victory. So, couple of questions. I am new to some members of the IIT roster. I believe this is your first year playing for the competitive team. So, what is your real name so you can tell the viewers at home to refer to you by?
My name is Heather, but I do just go by Poro usually.
I don't know if you know, but there actually used to be a previous player that we also had, also named Poro. Did you
Oh, the
know that?
protector.
Yeah,
Poro
he added
Tector.
me.
Oh yeah, yes. And he was also a support player for the team. So
Yes.
seems like we're gonna have to have one of the requirements for support players for Division One teams have to change their IGNs to Poro in
I have a
some.
tattoo of a Poro, so I am
No way.
Poro.
That is an awesome fun fact that I'm going to have to put in a roster slide sometime in the future. Okay, so walk me through it. I mean, game one, you were on to the Swain support. Is that a champion that you've played in the past, or is that something that you picked up for the team recently?
I played that a lot at the beginning of the season, but I haven't played it anytime recently.
Okay. I think you were still able to pull it off really nicely, though. Stopwatch play against Ocean Dragon was really nice in the 1v3 situation, so it worked out really well. And then how is it playing with is this your first time being in an organized team
I've played with
for
like a
college?
few teams, like just random organizations, nothing like with schools or anything.
Gotcha. And then so what any kind of noticeable differences from an academic environment kind of thing compared to just like third party stuff?
I think it's a bit more like organized, I guess.
Gotcha. Just more organized. And then let's see. So right now this is the fall invitationals, but where do you think, the team is gonna what's your hope? I guess what's your goal for yourself and for the team for going on into this year?
I think for me, it's to climb a little bit more in solo queue because there's a noticeable rank difference between me and everybody else.
Okay. But when you normally play solo queue, is it on your own, or are you trying to maybe queue up with some of the teammates here?
I'm normally solo.
Okay. But that's fine. I mean, it depends on either way. It doesn't really matter. I think it's really. I mean, season's almost ending, so I think if you've already secured a diamond, you're already good, right? But I think to climb in a competitive setting, because once season's done, right? Like, uh, you don't you people don't usually tend to practice that hard and ranked anymore once the official season ends. So
Yeah, I think mainly the preseason's just going to be used to get like or get used to the new items since they're taking away like a lot of items, especially ones that I use like Athenes and Spooky Ghosts. I don't remember the actual name. I just type in Spooky Ghost because it shows up.
okay, I gotcha. Uh, if you're okay, we have a couple questions from the chat. One of them has been, what was that flank in game two? Yes, there was some confusion with that. I believe they're referring to the top lane. We saw Morgana come out of the blue jungle alone on her lonesome, and then get pounded by a Lilia ball from downtown. So any
So
any any idea on the comms or what was the plan behind that?
I was like, "Hey, I'm here," and I have Draco saying, "I'm pretty sure they're about to come and flank the Shen, so we should. I'm just gonna back off." I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm fine." It was not
Fine.
fine.
Well, it looks like your IIT members tried to avenge you or avenge any player's deaths throughout the game. A lot of the times we saw like in game two, like IU just wanted to jump the gun on a lot of fights, but then just like they maybe pull off with a little bit of advantage, but then not take advantage of the time and just get instantly like replied with the respawn. So it's interesting. Cool, cool. Okay. Um, I think that's pretty much all the time that we've got. I don't want to take up too much of my viewers' time, but this was fun. This is the first time I've actually done a post-game interview. Normally people don't want to talk after a game, but
Oh, I see.
I'll hope to maybe in the future pull in other Division One members to get some new perspectives
Well,
in.
I can almost guarantee that somebody's gonna be talking next time.
Okay, so there seems to be a lot of people. There seems to be a line waiting then for people wanting to talk. I'll
Oh
have to
yeah,
keep that in mind.
I think definitely Divine and Casey really wanna talk next time.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll definitely remember that then. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for your time, Heather, and best of luck for you with the rest of the season. All right.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that's going to do it for us for today's cast. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed the cast. Really dominant performance from the Hawks today. Barely anything really weird to say. Besides like that one mistake with the support flank. I don't think IIT you know took any losses and without getting some gain back from it after. So, all right. Couple very active chat. It looks like everyone's down for doing these kind of interviews and wanting to get some more insight into the IIT program. So that's awesome to hear. We'll try to be more public. I know there's like some Twitch tools that you can use like a schedule. I think we'll try to make maybe like a monthly calendar to try to see forecast what games that we have. But this is good stuff. I want to continue building up the hype around the program, around all of our teams, get some more attention from besides just gameplay. And that way you guys just don't have to hear me talk about mediocre League of Legends. Okay, sounds good. We're gonna sign off here now. Appreciate everyone for stopping by, and we'll give if you haven't yet, follow us on all of that social media. Um, Twitter at IIT Esports. If you want to follow me, which I don't know why, I barely post anything, at Elvin Moy there. And that'll do it for us today. So, Elvin Moy, signing out. Thanks, everyone.